live.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aero Racing League. It's round number 1, tier number 1. We're here live from Austria. Here today in the commentary box, it's myself, Mr. Stem, also joined by Chow. Chow, say hello.
Hey, thanks for joining, everyone. Looking forward for this one.
Yep, we are here today at Red Bull Ring. It's Austrian Grand Prix round number 1 of this season. A 19th grade here today at Red Bull Ring. What promises to be an exciting qualifying and also an exciting race here today. Chow, what are you looking forward in this race to?
Really looking forward to see quali, and really curious what kind of time we're gonna see in the end. Everybody's been practicing so much this week, so they're expecting a low 103, so I can't wait to see that. What about yourself?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that 103 is going to be possible. I feel like it's going to be possible. I feel like maybe we will see someone possibly dipping down into a 102, a really high 102 to be precise. So it's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be definitely interesting, and for the race we will have 36 laps of action, and today's race will definitely be an exciting one. Also, I am people here watching the stream, can you tell me how is everything looking? Because I can't really...
looking good. I'm seeing it. It's looking good.
Right, it's just the quality and the sound especially, well, especially the sound. Because I've...
Sound I cannot say.
Right, so we do have our first drivers out on track just now. We are following Aero at the moment, who is on his out lap at the moment.
Taking it easy.
Yep, I am checking the stream just now, and it does look pretty good to me.
So there he goes then.
Yep, there
into
it
the
goes.
first corner on his hot lap. Oh, he took that nicely. I really hope that we are not going to get any trouble with the track limits. It's of course on strict, so it's so easy to invalidate your track. Ooh, it went a little bit wide there. Well, I guess that's just a banker lap.
A little bit wide for turn 3, but I don't know, you can still get okay-ish time as a banker lap. We do have people set a 3.6 and near enough a 3.7, so those times are pretty good, although my OBS is not liking something. It's really not liking something at the moment.
Really curious. Really curious what's gonna happen here. It's not a bad time. 104.
Yeah,
104.2.
Yeah, so even with a mistake, it's still a pretty good time, but he can definitely go into a 103. If you take out the mistake he made, we have Buma in the Alpha Tauri, who is currently in 8th with a 4.6. So that is on mediums, actually. That is also on mediums. We do have 5 cars out on track just now who are in the yellow wall tires. That is Swinfman, both Alpha Tauris actually. We have both Alfa Romeos as well on medium. So pretty interesting. Both Alphas, kind of like a joke there. Both Alphas on mediums.
Yeah. So Buma just went into the pits with a 104.6. Think he wouldn't be too happy with that time.
The one Buma left.
Yeah, he went into the pits
and left the session.
He did?
Yeah, it said on my at the bottom of my screen that it's migrating host and he left the session. So I wonder if he just lagged out. So we'll see what's going to happen with that, as I'm not entirely sure.
Hope will come back. Quite a few people on a hot lap now.
Yep, especially a McLaren of KDB on his ALR. In the McLaren of a 3.8 so far. We have just under 12 minutes of this qualifying session remaining. So I'm also waiting to see whether there's going to be a restart or something, because Buma has left.
Really curious what KDB is going to do here.
Yep, here he goes, activating DRS, and he has now started his flying lap. So in towards turn 1 he goes, braking just after the 100 meter board, taking turn 1 apex pretty nicely on the exit, activating the DRS down towards really easy turn 2 and up the hill in towards the hairpin, turn number 3, braking at the electrical board, 4 thousandths up on his time. Short shifted into 4, fifth, and activate the DRS through into all the way into 8th gear, down in towards turn number 4, braking just under the billboard over the head of the drivers. On the exit, clipping the curb and down in towards turn 6 he goes, braking just under the 50 meter board. You don't want to clip the apex too much, nicely on the exit, at 10th up on his time. A little bit wide there, he goes off the track, and that is going to be his lap invalidated. So what it looked like to be a pretty good lap from KDB with an improvement, it turns out to be an invalidated lap time, and he is now off into the pits.
Yeah, that was a shame. That looked like a really clean lap until that moment. Super, super sad to see that.
And this game, oh no, there we go. Also, we haven't mentioned him, but RDO has managed to go 5th quickest at the moment, and he is now on his ALR lap in a Williams.
Oh, that will be interesting to see that.
And
yep, already posted a really good lap.
Yeah, he has, and he's only just over 2.5 tenths of the leader, Joto, who set a 3.4. So drivers are getting closer and closer to 3 dead, so we'll want to see if someone will be able to go and break that margin into possibly 2.9s or maybe 2.8s. With track, obviously.
Gotta say, he's driving really clean. He took that first corner super nicely. There's a car in front of him. I hope that he will not be in his way. Taking turn 3 pretty nicely, maybe braked a little bit too much. DRS open now. He's following you, Sam, there, who's probably also on a hot lap.
Yep, the Alfa Romeo is on a hot lap, and Arzu is not going to be entirely happy with the fact that he had a bit of oversteer obviously. But that was pretty good slipstream, and he is improving just narrowly, so it's all down in towards sector 3 for Ryan. Let's see what he can do. Also, I can see the clouds are starting to form. Also, Ladamala has went quickest with a 3.421. And top 3 are looking extremely tasty here today at Red Bull Ring. But Ryan across the line says a 3.8, and he does not improve. He goes slower.
Half a 10.
Yep. And what I can actually say is that look at the weather. Just look at the weather. The clouds are really going down. What we started with a completely sunny Austrian qualifying is now turning into a really dark and cloudy Austria.
That would make for something. That would be session over.
I wonder if we will actually see any rain near the end of the qualifying.
It could be the case, so I hope that everyone is getting ready to drive those laps, right? Getting the laps in. There's a lot of guys in the pit right now. Also several guys out on the out lap. Super interesting to see that. Also pretty curious to see what Tripod Dylan is going to do. He's on a flying lap right now?
He is on an in lap. He was over 1 second down in his sector one time. Although Boomer, I believe, is on a lap. I believe he's on a flying lap at the moment because it looks like. Oh no, wait. He is not using ERS, so I think that might be down into the pits. Yeah, I believe that is. Let's see. KTB. He is on a flying lap, just narrowly down on his sector one time. So he might be able to improve over his entire lap. He is 4.5 times down of pole position at the moment. So it's a matter of time. And again, it's going to be down to sector 3. Will he make the same mistake this time around? No, he doesn't. He doesn't go wide. And he is going to have a valid lap, although will he improve on it? He was 9 times down across 2 sectors. Let's see. And no, he invalidates it at the exit of Philosophy corner. And there's rain! There's actually rain coming down onto the track. Although KTB did improve, but it's invalid. And there's rain! The rain is coming down heavy.
And the field is so close, so this is going to be devastating.
You know something? Giotto in the racing point, he is at the final sector. He is into the penultimate corner now. He might be one of the last people to set a proper dry flying lap because look, the raindrops are already on the screens and he invalidates at the exit of the final corner!
Last corner.
And he did not improve either. This is crazy qualifying session here at the very end.
That's what nobody expected, of course. You know, everyone took it easy, get the banker laps in. I think that especially the last, everyone basically in a 104 did not expect this at all. Everybody expected to be able to do another run, but you can see it's extremely slippery out there already.
Yeah, the track is getting even more wet than it was, although our Mercedes driver of however do you pronounce his name?
Trepsky.
I'm just gonna call him Pesky.
Peskic.
I said it earlier on. I said it on Sunday, or was it Monday? I can't remember. When we were doing the tier placement stream, that some people's names are also mind-blowing. And this is this just proves it. And look, people are retiring in the pits. So, is this really the qualifying session that we're hoping for?
Hey, I really hoped for an insane shootout at the end, but I think we already had some kind of a shootout earlier on. If you look at the top 10, they are so close. Actually, the top 12 is all within half a second, so that's pretty impressive.
Right, yeah, thanks Ryan. Maybe the fact I'm not checking the chat doesn't really help. But RDO did say in the chat that rain expected at the end of qualifying. But obviously no one is checking the chat, so we did not know that. So yay.
I can see it now as well.
I just checked my monitor myself, well, my second monitor. And look, KTB is on the A lap. Is he thinking of trying to set a lap in those conditions?
Yeah, maybe he's testing, you know, you don't know what will happen for the race.
Surely not. Like, surely he's not looking to start a qualifying lap in those conditions. Because, like, he's already slipping.
He's going pretty slow at the moment.
Well, that's his out lap, so... And look, David is putting intermediates on, I believe. It says that he's on intermediates in the pits at the moment.
I can see that, yeah.
So is he actually going to go out in the last few minutes of the session on intermediate tires to test the track conditions?
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Also,
usually the guys have enough sets of inters, so...
Also, this gives me a thought. Will this mean that we might have rain in the race?
I mean, it could well be, right? It's not a bad idea to test how the track feels.
Yeah.
Get a couple of laps in. If you see the Ferrari right now, King David, yeah, he indeed is going for it.
Wow, that's really interesting to see because everyone's retiring, so I don't know. I feel like by the logic of it, if we would have rain in a race, people would stay in qualifying and take the opportunity to test intermediate tires and feel the track in slippery conditions. But everyone retired, so will this mean that we'll have a drive race all the way throughout?
I don't know. I don't know if it will be dynamic. You know, we can see anything.
Yeah.
We can see anything happening.
The thing is, drivers know what the weather is like. We don't. So for us, it's a bit of a surprise. But we saw the clouds, and I thought maybe there will be rain, and the rain actually came down to the track. So that was pretty intense and a bit of a surprise for us.
I gotta say, it's pretty surprising that RDO, he got a really good lap in, but he's still 9th. So he's still on 9th position. So it's pretty impressive if you look at the times. They're so close. The whole top 10 is actually so close.
Well, I would say,
I'm very.
In all fairness, all the way down to 17th place is within a second of each other. But again, this is Austria. This is a quick track. Again, a lot of people couldn't set their laps in properly. So will this mean that the times could have been even quicker and the grid could have been closer together? Potentially. Does this mean that the grid could have been more far apart? Also possible. So we will never find out.
No, we'll never know. It could be that the times would still improve, but if you look at it, I mean, how much could they still shave off? Right? It's not that much. Probably a couple of tenths, maybe 2 tenths, 3 tenths.
Well, yeah.
So I think the field's quite close.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting race, especially I would say the top 13, I would say, is extremely close. All within like 6 tenths separates the top 13.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So, but you know, a 1 lap shootout doesn't mean that you're gonna have that consistency over the race. So it will be interesting to see if some of the guys in the back can be really consistent and drive forward. Maybe be a little bit more gentle on the tires. Really curious what will happen.
Yeah, that is very true. Qualifying pace is one thing, but do you get points for the qualifying? You don't. I believe.
No, I don't think so.
I think in Formula 2 you do. I think in Formula 2, I think.
You get 1 point now for the pole position.
Yeah, I think it's 1 point, but still, like, you get 1 point. But would this 1 point mean anything if for a race win and the fast lap you get 26? Yeah, you could go for 27 points, but
I mean,
again, we only have 26.
Lewis Hamilton probably would think so. He lost the championship with 1 point to Rosberg.
Yeah, that is true.
Can you imagine losing the championship with 1 point? Oh my! Then you'll think back to every moment. You know, whenever you could have set that fastest lap.
You would think back if you're tied on points and it's down to the amount of wins or podiums. that's when you'll be questioning your life at that point. I would say.
Even if you won so many championships.
Yeah. That is extremely true.
So, pretty interesting that 3 guys stayed out. So they didn't want to retire. They just kept on going. It looks like the session's over now, and we're gonna go into the race.
Yep, and for the qualifying session results, we do have Vladimir taking the pole position here at the Red Bull Ring. Giotto is going to be lining up on the front row alongside him with Tripod Dylan third and Esbuma 22 in 4th. On the third row we have Twanech and Stan Ruzima. On 7th grid slot we have Welt with Trebsky lining up alongside him in 8th. Also I said his name correctly, so well done me. RDO 1998 in 9th and Wilho rounding up the top 10, and all day we'll have softs for the beginning of this race. Awkward silence.
Waiting till the session starts.
I thought you were gonna do the second half of the table.
I will do the second half of the table. So KDB for the win, finished on 11th. Then we have Ponich down 12th. iFighter on 13th position. Sven the Man 14th. King David on the 15th spot. USAM 22, number 16. Oswald Romeo, the surprise promotion to this league, finishing 17th spot with a good time for him. Edge Yildirim 7 on the 18th spot, and then finally we have M. Poulters. And I heard that Oswald Romeo did a low 103 in practice earlier, so he has a little bit more in him than this time. So I think he kind of got caught out. Maybe the pressure got to him a little bit as well. But curious to hear that at the end of the race.
Yep, and before we get to the formation lap, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with you for the formation lap.
Formation lap started.
And we are back here once again for Red Bull Ring. 36 laps will be ahead. We are on the formation lap. It's Red Bull, it's Racing Point. On the front row grid we can see Boomer going off in the distance. So well done, Boomer. And there's the predicted pit stop strategy. It's soft medium or soft hard. It's likely to be soft medium for a lot of the drivers unless anyone gets front wing damage on lap 1 and will switch to the alternative strategy. Also at this point, Ladamala will have advantage over Joto on the grid as himself and Tripod Dylan were disqualified from the formation lap, so their tires will be much colder than everyone else's. So that might give everyone else an advantage, especially Ladamala, to try and get away of his grid slot, and Buma as well will possibly try to attack them two at the same time due to the tire heat advantage. And there's the tire choices are on your screens.
Two drivers disqualified.
Dylan and Joto go disqualified. Right. Anyway, we have Punish Sound, we have Lighter, we have Edge YLDRM starting on mediums with Polpheus starting on the hards. Wow.
The hard tire. He's gonna go for a very late stop.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's on the hards, and there we go. Why do we get a second time? Thanks. I don't think we needed that. But I must say that graphic does look pretty nice. I do admit that.
Taking always so long to get to the grid. You know, the pressure's building up.
Yep, the pressure is getting to the drivers. And here we go. It's 3, it's 4, 5 lights here at Red Bull Ring. And it's lights out and away we go racing. It looks like that Ladamala has better start. And look, Buma is taking advantage of the better tire temperatures, and he is now trying to attack on Joto, and he is now into second place in this race And we get this graphic once again. There's no need for that. It's Twanage going up the inside of Boomer, and he gets the positions, and we have yellow flags. It looks like the safety car is out. RTO!
Safety car's out.
RTO!
Oh my god.
RTO gets a 5-second penalty.
They're driving so slowly at the moment. Of course, safety car deployed.
And
That was a really interesting start. You could see that La Damala was just rocketing off. That would have been really interesting to see that, but unfortunately, I think there was some contact there.
yeah, and
Safety car now deployed.
yeah, I will say this: Swentman has major front wing damage on his right side. So I wonder if there was massive collision in turn 3 that brought out the double yellows.
Yeah, he's missing the wing end plate there.
Also, I think I think my game's glitched. Tiny bit.
How come?
Because I keep getting the pit stop strategy prediction.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Also, I think I just
Like-
saw Edge actually.
So many people pitting right now.
Yeah, and I believe all of them have front wing damage. But yeah, I think I just saw an Alfa Romeo crossing the white line on a pit entry.
Yeah, that was Sven the Man, I think.
No, he's an
no.
Alfa Tauri. I said Alfa Romeo. That's Wilder. I think he crossed the white line at the pit entry. So I wonder if the stewards will take a note of that and if he will be handed a post-race penalty. But going back to the front of the pack, we do have Ladamala in the lead of this race. He secured his lead. Twanach moved up a few places. Buma has also picked up a few places. One to be precise. Joto actually lost, so has Dylan. So again, getting disqualified on the formation lap has played a massive impact on them two, as they both lost 2 positions. Well, Tripod Dylan actually, yeah, they all lost 2 positions. What am I on about? Compared to their starting position. So the cold tires have played a massive factor at the beginning of this race. So
Pretty interesting that Polhuis actually stayed out on his hard tires. He's a big winner though, because he gained 7 places because 7 guys pitted. Right, he was dead last on start, but he still kept his hard tires, which is pretty interesting. So he's now ahead of that entire pack. Those are almost all mediums. Only KDB is on soft, so it will be very interesting to see what happens there.
Yep, definitely. But one thing though, I just knowing this game, at the moment, Folfius will be losing so much time compared to everyone else on those hard tires, even though he picked the positions, unless he can hold them up. Also, Walter is also on hard tires, so he is going the long way in this race, and he's going to try to
Not stop anymore. Yeah,
No, I think he
he's
might.
gonna try and finish the race.
I don't think that's going to be possible unless we do have another, say, 3 or 4 safety cars, and yeah, it's going to be possible, but just on the edge. And safety car is in this lap, so we will have a restart. And Fulfius lost positions under the safety car. He just lost 3 positions under the safety car course. How has that happened?
He must have gone off.
He might have went off, yeah, I do think that. But either way,
He must have gone off.
yeah, right, either way, we're gonna go back to the race leader. It's Ladamala. As we are getting ready for the restart, it's gonna be him who's gonna be shooting up the race once again, and here he goes. We are back racing here again. It's yellow flags just yet, but as soon as we get to the line, here we go. It's green flag racing, and we are off once again. Everyone looks really close to each other. I'm looking at Joto just now. He's right up against Buma, using the overtake point, and now he's going to go round the outside in towards turn number 3. He is
Beautiful.
He is ahead even before, and Buma is looking, and he couldn't do anything using the overtake point on the exit. Can he get a potential switchback and try to overtake the racing point? I don't think that's going to be possible. He's going to remain behind, and
He's having a little look.
he did have a look around the outside, but he thought better of it and decided to stay behind. We do have a Mercedes against a Red Bull. It's Strepsky and Stan Rzima who are battling out for P6 at the moment in this race, as Tripod Dylan might be having a look on as Boomer really soon.
Yeah, super interesting to see that there. I think that's going to be a close fight. I'm happy that Buma had some patience there and that he didn't try to make a dive for it. He knows that this is a long race.
Yep, and actually I just saw Tripod Dylan actually cut in turn number 1, so I wonder if he actually has been given a warning for that track extension, which will be pretty interesting because that obviously is on lap 5, but theoretically that is only the second lap of actual racing. We don't count
already picking up the first warning, yeah.
Well, we don't know if people go warnings even on lap 1, so maybe that might be his second one, we don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah, you can see that he's creeping up to Buma a little bit here. 3/10 off now. Let's see what he can do. So far it's looking pretty clean. I gotta say that the whole top 10 is driving really consistently right now. Everyone is getting used to the race, getting the race pace.
Yep, and here we go.
Up to speed.
DRS has been enabled, and I'm gonna be looking on Shoto, who is behind Twanaj, and that is for P2 in this race. The DRS is open for the Racing Point driver, but he is way too far behind. He's not gonna have a look down the inside into turn number 3. He might have a look into turn number 4 though. That will be an opportunity for him, although I do think he will remain way too far behind and he will have to wait for it. Buma also has the
When I got a really good exit. He had a really good exit, so he's not even close now.
Yep. Artio is losing the position to KDB. And there we go, the soft tires of KDB is starting to work for him. He really needs to try and get up the grid as fast as he can. He has fresh set of soft tires, although I do wonder if that was a mistake to make, to go for the softest component of tire just now, because it's really earlier in the race. So does he win anything compared to the ones who have not stopped yet?
Yeah, it probably was a little bit early. And Sven the Man has a 3-second penalty. Already had multiple warnings. Oh, that's tough early on in the race.
In the meantime, we saw...
Oh,
I think there might have been contact between KTB and RDO. I think there might have been a little contact.
that looked like contact.
Yeah, and look,
Agreed.
David is now past RDO. I wonder if... RDO has damage! There was contact and RDO has damage. But look at this, RDO ran the outside! What a move!
Beautiful move there.
What a move!
Without his wing end plate, his left wing end plate is missing. Doesn't matter.
He doesn't care one bit. He just goes for it. What a move!
Wow, now the Ferrari is creeping back at him. Oh, beautiful move on the inside. Beautiful move by King David. He's on the inside, but RDO is still on the inside. Taking the position back.
They're gonna go side by side. They're gonna go. Oh no, RDO thinks better of it. He's gonna remain behind, but he's gonna go wide at the exit of penultimate corner. And we do have Joto and Twanaj fighting it. And there's contact made, and Joto goes for a half spin. Buma is through. Dylan is also gonna be trying to fight, get a position of Joto. Joto might be losing 2 positions at the space of 1. Straight, it's side by side between Tripod Dylan and Joto. Joto remains ahead. Dylan is behind for time being, and Buma is in P3. Twanish kept P2, but some tasty and really aggressive fighting.
Really close racing there in the top 7 now. That was unbelievable. There was so much happening. It was almost hard to follow.
Yeah. Oh, and problems for a Mercedes. That's Osvaldo Romeo. He is round at the exit of turn 4. I wonder if there was contact or he just lost it himself. I'm not entirely sure, but he is round, and now he finds himself all the way in last place in this race.
He's already 25 seconds behind the leader.
I think he might have damage as well. If you hit the wall, then he will have damage.
Let's see, I think he will go into the pits.
And Boomer is looking to try and get past Twanak. Twanak remains ahead. Boomer keeps patient. He will have the DRS. Not such a great overrun out of exit of turn 3, but he is going to be trying to find a way around the outside. Twanak, brilliant defending, giving just enough space for the AlphaTauri driver, and Standard Zima has actually found himself getting past Tripod Dylan. So Dylan, what it looked like to be a really promising pace in qualifying session, is now finding himself dropping farther down the grid. He is now in P6 when he started in P3.
Yeah, and the McLaren is now also creeping up on him. That's Vio coming close on the back of him right now. He'll probably get DRS as well, but the whole pack has DRS, so really curious what that will be. If he can get a good run out of turn 1 now, then he might be able to get him in turn 2.
Really close racing between all the drivers at the moment. And now look at this. Boomer is now finding himself on the outside of Twanak into turn number 3. Can Boomer get anything out of it? No, he backs out of it. Twanak remains ahead. Brilliant defending from the Haas driver, as AlphaTauri is yet once again absolutely worthless against the Haas driver. And now look at this. McLaren is going up the inside of David into turn number 4. Can he get the move done and stick? They're going to go side by side into turn number 5, and Wilho is ahead by turn 6.
Beautiful racing there. Beautiful racing. And the fight is still continuing there. Looks like he's not giving up that easy. Nah, he definitely made it stick.
And I wonder...
Also,
I'm looking at Stan Zima, who is now fighting himself, actually getting closer and closer to Joto. Although I think Stan forgot to open his DRS down the main straight. He lost a bit of time.
like it.
He lost
He's
time.
now sitting duck to the McLaren.
Oh no! How can this go so badly for him? How did this just turn so badly? But we do have Boomer and Twanak once again. It's a turn number 3. This is beautiful racing. Twanak is off the track, and
And Joto is also creeping up on them. He might be the one actually getting the opportunity here.
oh, around the outside, they're side by side into turn number 4. Boomer around the outside, can he get the move done? Oh my god, it's turn number 6. He'll be on the inside. I think he got the move done and that's it here. I think that might be the move. And yes, it is. Wow.
And now Twanak has got to be careful that Joto doesn't overtake him.
Yeah, but what a battle that was. Lap 11 we are on, ladies and gentlemen. 11 laps behind. 3 behind the safety car. And Joto has now found himself ahead of Twanak. So somehow Twanak has lost a position. And then he's going to lose another.
Vio is also overtaking him. Twanak is a sitting duck here. Twanak dropped down to place number 5.
And yeah, he's down another position.
Yeah, it's been taking a toll on him. He had to really defend and he had to drive a different line, which allowed the other drivers to come in with much better exit speed, taking him over. And he's got to be careful because there's another car breathing down his neck.
That's Trepsky behind him in the Mercedes. Will Trepsky be able to get closer to him really soon to try and go for an overtake? That'll be a question that we will be asking ourselves throughout the majority of this race, I think.
Yeah, they're locking up a little bit there. You can see that the tires are getting somewhere now. And you gotta give it to La Damala, right? He's just driving such a clean race out front, really controlling the pace. He's not seeing any of that action, and all the close racing happening behind him is just allowing him to drive off into the distance.
Yeah, that is very true. And look at this. Joto is now fighting himself behind Boomer once again in this race. Open the DRS. I think that will be an easy move for Joto. Although Boomer is thinking better of it. He is gonna go behind. Although Joto does go off the track. That but he still has the DRS. And Buma actually has... No. It's actually Buma who has the DRS. He's going to go around the outside. Can he do the same he did to Twanak? I'm not entirely sure because look. Oh! That nearly beat Hamilton and Albon. That nearly became Hamilton and Albon. But around the inside into turn number 6. Can Buma find himself getting past another car in the same maneuver? They're still side by side. This is amazing.
This is amazing.
Oh my
Beautiful
goodness.
racing.
But will you? It's like, nah, I'm joining in, ladies and guys. I'm just gonna join in, and I'm gonna get past Buma. Do you mind? I don't think you do. And here into the pits I go. Bye bye.
Oh, that was a bold move. He overtook him and then went immediately into the pits.
Yeah. That's actually so smart. You know, that is actually such a smart thing to do. If you're trying to get past someone and you're like, well, they're going to the pits now or a lap later, and if you can get on the inside of them and if you can block the pit lane line for them, you can actually go into the pit lane and make them go for another lap.
Oh, that was such a good move. I think that he will win some time with that. Absolutely.
If that just happened and he completely blocked the pit lane line for Buma when he wanted to go into the pits, that is absolutely genius of a thing to do. I remember I did that once in Austria as well, and that worked an absolute treat. The undercut I got within the lap was absolutely insane. I think I gained 2-3 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. Can you imagine one lap that can be such a difference in the end when you do that? So it's all about that strategy, and he has been practicing his stop strategy. He has been practicing. Tripod Dylan now in 12th position.
And look at this, Leiter is now on his mediums. He is going for another lap, and he now finds himself in the lead of this race. KTB is now in second. He is yet to make a pit stop on his soft combat of tires. Will is on his mediums and third. So everyone who started or went into the pits under the safety car are now finding themselves ahead of the rest of the pack. But Adamala is actually finding himself pretty comfortably. He is only 10.5 seconds behind the leader of this race, so I actually think he might have won time here. Whoa. Do you see this? Is this just me? Or am I seeing this correctly? Tripod Dylan. Tripod Dylan is on softs.
He's on softs, 2 laps on him, so he pitted. He pitted 2 laps ago, and he's on softs, and he's making. He's got the fastest lap of the race right now. 106.
I'm confused.
0.08.
I'm confused. Why did he pit for softs?
Yeah, I think he went in, but he's now making ground. Everyone is actually pitting now.
Yeah.
So I think he might have been stuck in traffic and decided to pit early.
But then he is going to be losing time with an extra pit stop. Like, yeah, he is going to gain time just now, but he's going to lose so much time just because of a pit stop.
He might have had some damage then, in that case. I mean, he was stuck in that pack. You know, he got overtaken quite a lot there when he was around 6th, 7th position. So could have maybe lost his end plate.
Oh, look at
and
this!
Decided to come in early.
Look at this! Wilho is ahead of Spanish and Juto. That's what we're talking about. That is what we were talking about. Wilho is a genius. Wilho is a genius.
But I must say that they are creeping up on him. But if you look at Giotto is getting really close to Twanak right now. I think he's gonna make a move. Yeah, he's on the inside now. Beautiful move. Can he make it stick?
But he'll...
Yeah, he overtook him. That was
But he picked
amazing.
up another 3-second penalty. That's gonna play a crucial factor to him. Penalties around here, penalties on this game in general, they're massive killers. If you get a penalty, that's gonna kill you for the end of the race.
That was a 5-second penalty, correct?
No, 3-second penalty.
A 3-second penalty. Yeah, that's gonna be costly.
And look at this, now Ladamala finds himself in P6 behind the group for P3. And Tripod Dylan is catching up on them. He is catching up, but again, how much is the Tripod Dylan gonna win with this strategy? Like, it's an alternative strategy, I understand, but is this really the strategy you want to go with?
Yeah, he probably should have been on the mediums by now, you know. Indeed, it was a bit early. It's still a long race, so this probably will prove to be a costly pit stop.
Yep, and now
He has some free air though. He has some free air now, so
yeah.
can he make that whole pit stop? I don't think so. He can't win the whole pit stop back.
Well, no, not Tripod Dylan. Ladamala has found himself past Swenfman for P4, and now he is looking to put pressure on King David, and I think he's going to just get past here around the inside of turn 4, locking up the front right, but gets a move done and dusted. Off into the distance he goes, and there's problem for the racing point. It's Zhoto. Zhoto is round, and he loses front wing. Front left end plate is gone.
Oh my god. 17th position now, and he just made a pit stop, so he's gonna have to probably go in again. That'll be the end of his race. Oh, such a shame.
I wonder if he made contact though, because it's on a straight. He'll find himself in the wall in a straight. I wonder if that was contact with someone. Oh,
yeah.
Tripod Dylan nearly lost the back end at the exit of turn 1. Nearly found himself in the wall, but saved the car.
It was interesting to see how easy Ladamala passed Slenderman. You can really see that tire difference there. 3 laps on his tires. They already are on 16 lap old tires, so they're soon going to be pitting. And then actually he's now creeping up on MW.
Tripod Dylan and King David just made contact with each other. The two Ferraris come together. And there we go. King David now lets his teammate through. I think that was a bit optimistic from Tripod Dylan, you know. A massive launch from far behind, made contact with his teammate. I wonder if that might have given damage to Dylan. I'm surprised that didn't end up in tears for both drivers, you know.
Yeah, that was a big dive. That was a big dive. It looks like there's no damage. The front wings are looking clean.
Well, visually there's no damage, but performance-wise there might be damage. That is a factor, because with the new front wings, obviously you don't actually see the damage visually, but you actually can feel it. So for the driver, if they check their MFD and the car status, they will actually have, like, for example, light green or greenish front wing. So that will mean that it's damaged, but if you're spectating, you actually don't see it unless you actually break off the side wing or the entire thing. So
they would just feel some loss of downforce.
Yeah.
Let's hope there's none of that. That was a close call.
But the contact seemed pretty rough, so I wonder if he did pick up some, like, light green damage. That could be a chance here because of how heavy the hit was. It did look pretty hefty to me personally, and that is something that could easily give you minor front wing damage on this game especially.
The field is now a little bit more stretched. There's a pretty interesting battle going on 8th position now. Those guys are still pretty close. Basically from Vilio, he's getting a little bit of a train behind him now. There's forming a little pack. Several drivers that want to pass him. Tuanak is trying to get closer to him, but he should be careful that Trubetsky isn't seizing opportunity there.
And look at this, Ladamala has got up to Wild for 2nd place now.
Yeah, he shouldn't make it too much of a fight there. 18 lap old tires.
And you know something, I think Tripod Dylan has damage. He's losing time. I think he has damage. But yeah, Ladamala just getting past Welt, and into the distance he will go. We will return to the battle 4B4, as I do believe that Tripodilon does have damage, as he is losing time to the cars ahead, so not the best of things for the Ferrari driver, who made possibly a wrong call. The Ferrari wall has made possibly one of the worst calls we could ever see. And again, King David is on mediums. He just went from mediums.
He just... Oh my god.
What are Ferrari doing? And there's contact between Trepsky and Twanak. What is going on?
Oh, this is turning out to be some race. It's the first race, so I think some guys are still getting used to the new game, the strategies. It's pretty interesting to see what Ferrari is doing. That's definitely some correlation to the Ferrari in the reality right now.
I more wonder what is Ferrari thinking. That's what I want to know. What is actually going on in the Ferrari box? That's what I want to know. What's with the strategies?
I gotta say that third, fourth and fifth place are really close at the moment. I think there could be some spectacular overtake coming here from Twanak.
Well, KTB...
Trepesky and Twanak are driving close.
KTB is behind Yelderm, and KTB does find himself a bit stuck in behind the Alfa Romeo, and only 4 seconds up ahead he has this entire train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So if he wants to join that little group, he might want to make a move. And I promise I did not mean to make it rhyme. I promise.
Yeah, that pack is now forming behind Twanak.
And look at
Right,
this.
he
KTB going up the inside into turn number 1. He will get the move done and dusty. He goes a bit wide, has the DRS, and yes, into the pursuit of the cars ahead. He will now go. We do have Hangsam getting past his own teammate, although his teammate does not let him through way too easily. He could have backed off and let his teammate through, but okay. Not so nice of teammates going on into this race, but I feel sorry for Sven the man, because he is now finding himself in the Ferrari sandwich.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious how long he will be stuck there. I think that it will be interesting. He has soft tires, of course, right? And the guys in front of him have hard tires. So if he can get a good run, it should be possible for him to pass them and get out of that sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, look at this. We kind of have 2 groups of cars here. We have the battle for 3rd, and we also have the battle for 9th. So we actually have 2 groups formed up here. We do have Trepsky and as Buma, until now they're side by side. Buma is now finding himself alongside the Mercedes. Mercedes has a little bit more speed. There's problems for someone, I don't know, about a flag here from Yelderm, I believe.
Trepesky and Buma are pretty close to each other at the moment. That's a pretty interesting fight going on there. There indeed is a little bit of lag. Sometimes looks closer than it is.
And Welter's in the pit. Also, what is surprising, William has found himself in 2nd place, and I believe he started. I think he started like in 10th, maybe 12ish. So he really.
I think he's or 9th. I think 8th or 9th.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, he did that amazing pit stop, right? that was a good strategy. So
yeah, that was a really
it's
good, really good strategy from McLaren, and Leiter has now found himself going past Hugesam. So there we have it. As Yeldrum and Folius are battling now side by side, they are just now a little bit of contact, banging tires, but Folius seems to find his way through the Alfa Romeo driver, and Tripodon picking up a 3-second time penalty. So Dylan did through his race.
Yeah, and Sven the man passed both Ferraris now, so he managed to do that.
And now it's going to be interesting to see, can he actually catch up to the cars ahead?
Yeah, it's a 2-second gap. Should be possible. He has really fresh tires compared to the driver in front of him. So that would be good if he can catch him. 20 lap difference and a different compound. So on the soft tires, 4 laps old, you should be able to easily creep up to the hard tire, because that driver's on the hard tire. 24 lap old hard tires.
Yep, and look, we generally have two groups. We have a battle for second, and we have a battle for what can be 7th place, to be honest. Leiter is there. If that group just kind of shifts up a bit, then we generally have 2 packs battling out.
Leiter's overtaking a back marker. Who's ghosting there, actually?
Well, we do have Weld behind King David. Obviously Weld on fresh soft, so this should not be too much of a problem for the Rally driver to get past a Ferrari on 5 lap old mediums, tire advantage for the Renault.
He passed him.
Yep, easy move. Twanach and Willio are side by side. Oh, this can be interesting. Twanach is ahead. Twanach has found himself ahead.
Oh, beautiful move.
Wow.
Beautiful move, yeah. Yeah, those hard tires. Those hard tires are proving to be a difficult tire to defend the medium tires of Twanach.
Well, actually, I wonder if Sector 2 waved yellows. I believe that is King David. Yep, that's King David. And you know what? He's doing the Bottas. He's doing the Bottas.
What do you mean with that?
He's cutting the grass with his Ferrari. And look at this. Willio is still trying to get back past. Right at the outside of turn 3 he goes. Can he get the move stick? He's getting there. He's actually got the move. He got the move.
Beautiful driving. Beautiful driving of the both drivers
my
there.
God.
They left each other's place, but he's coming back on the outside now.
Cameraman.
Twanach is trying.
And look.
Ooh, and he's maybe a sitting duck to Trubisky now.
Trubisky is gonna Trubisky I think is gonna go around the inside. There's contact and Trubisky's round! And Stan Zima finds himself hitting Trubisky. Was that too optimistic from the Mercedes driver?
Yeah. He should have had a little bit more patience there. He wasn't even alongside of him. That was the front tire making contact with the rear tire, so that was a shame. It was a shame for him. He's really losing out now. He's dropping back to 9th place.
Wow, what a race, and we still have 6 laps of this race remaining. So we're not even at the end of the race. And we have crazy scenes here at Austria today.
Beautiful racing. Maybe a little bit too much contact here and there, but the guys are leaving space. You know, this was just too ambitious. It was a dive on the inside, and he didn't make it stick. He should have been a little bit more patient there. But I understand. You know, it was a chance for him to get by. He tried, and he didn't succeed this time. He's still up for some points though.
Yeah.
If he can keep it up.
I think I would say he was I think he decided to go for the very first opportunity he had. I honestly think he should have just stayed behind and just wait for the DRS once again and just try to get better exit off the final corner and off turn 1, just so you have that run down in towards turn 1 and turn 3. And he might have been able to get the move done and go forward to pursue Willio for P2. Unfortunate for Trzepeski, but racing is racing. We will see whether he decides to put that and if the Mercedes team decides to put that incident into the steward's office at the end of the race. But personally, I think that is a racing incident with Trzepeski being more at fault of his own than Twanak.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that they will not complain about that. But you know, it's a long season, so he still has opportunity to come back, and if he can still grab some points today, nothing is lost.
Also, Void that knows at the entrance of turn 4 there is a missing 100 board mark, which is really crucial for the drivers to actually start braking, because for turn 4 it's the 100-meter board that begins the braking. So if you're driving no racing line assist, a little hint from the man who finds himself racing with no assists himself, as Swenderman is on the inside actually of Trzepeski with a massive train behind as well. Tripod Dylan is now trying to get the move as well. But yeah, either way, if you are racing with no line and you're missing the 100-meter board for turn 4, best thing to do is actually look for the electronical board on the left hand side of the track above your head and brake just before your car actually gets there. So before your front wing actually lines to it, you have to start braking there, and that's a way to actually stop in time for turn number 4. So if someone
that's a good tip. That's a good tip there. I'll try that on Sunday.
So if someone didn't know that, then here you go. A little tip for those who are beginning no racing line. And you know something, we did see Trzepeski get past Swenderman in a pretty aggressive manner, to what I would say. Just diving it down the inside of zone 4 that I was talking about. He did find himself through, and look at this! Tripod Dylan is now getting on Swenderman, and he didn't even take the worst line of turn 1, but this is three-way battle! Oh my god, no. How?
Trzepeski is still in front of them. How did he make that stick?
And this is beautiful action. They're side by side. Can Swenderman try to get around the outside to defend his position? No. Tripod Dylan is trying to find a way through. Tripod Dylan has too many penalties though.
Bit of a deja vu here with Trzepeski on this spot.
Oh, Racing Point is round. This is a horror race for Racing Point. And wait, KTP is round as well.
And Vilio got a 3-time second penalty.
What is going on? What is just going on here? Well, we do have Boomer. Oh my god, no, I'm missing this. Boomer and Twanak. Twanak lets Boomer ahead. We're gonna go back to Tripod Dylan, who is now pursuing Swenderman down towards turn 3.
His car sounds really bad, by the way.
Did you just say this sounds really bad?
Yeah, his car. Swenderman's car.
Yeah.
There must be a bug or something, but
it's a
looks
bug.
like misfiring.
Yeah, it's a bug. The rev glitch, yeah. Just ignore it. Oh, contact!
Close racing. Tripod Dylan has contact there.
Tripod Dylan and Swenderman made contact. Swenderman is round. He finds himself in a wall. I'm not entirely sure whose fault was that. I actually don't know. I feel like
I think he didn't see him. I think Tripod didn't see him there.
I think that is... And look! Tripod Dylan just... Like,
oh my god.
Trzepeski is out!
Trzepeski out of the race.
Oh no! Oh no!
Whoa.
He rage quit. He rage quit. I feel for him though. I understand his pain just now though.
They didn't leave each other space there.
He Tripod Dylan is completely at fault there. Like, there's no denying it. He completely just swiped across Trubisky.
Yeah, he just drove him to the outside. He had to leave him space there. That wasn't a fair move.
I would say that was not even an overtaking opportunity. Like, if he was on the inside, okay, yeah, you can go for it, you can try it. But if you're on the outside and you're trying that, that's just gonna end in tears for one or the other.
It's actually quite surprising that it ended up well for him. You wouldn't expect that to happen at that position there.
As soon as I saw him on the outside, I knew where this is going. I just knew it. But I feel so bad for Trubisky because he was doing so well. Like, he was there fighting for the podium, then he made contact with Twanak, which was a race, and then I think he just got completely taken out by Tripod Dylan and Stan Razima. Massive launch from behind Twanak, Dylan towards zone 3, but he makes the move done. What a move!
Beautiful move there. Beautiful move. And he's also off now.
Wow. And this is the final lap as well.
Locking up. He locked up a little bit. Final lap. You got to give it to Ladamala, just taking it home here. Super clean race for him.
Yep, absolutely phenomenal race from the Red Bull driver. It's a Red Bull at a Red Bull ring. It's like Max Verstappen. Ladamala takes the win here at Red Bull ring. He is your Austrian Grand Prix Tier 1 winner at Aero Racing League. Willio second, Stan Razima picks up third on penalties. And you know something, if he was 3 times closer to Willio, he would have got second. It's a 1-3, a double podium for Red Bull. Christian Horner and the Red Bull factory will be really delighted with this performance from their drivers. What a race from the Red Bull team. Great pit stops, great strategy, brilliant execution, and great racing.
You gotta also give it to McLaren for great pit stop strategy there.
For
Filio just he did a beautiful pit stop that really put him in that position where he is now. I think he otherwise he might have lost some seconds there. If you see how close he is to Stan Rosema, it might have not been a second place then for him. So that really worked out well.
And you know something, I had a glitch. I'm waiting to say, and yeah, Willio driver of the day, that is extremely well deserved for Willio. He absolutely deserves every single bit of the vote he got for the driver of the day. And there's the podium. It's a Red Bull, McLaren Red Bull. Andrew Newey, Christian Horner will be absolutely happy with what happened today for their team. And yeah, on my screen it said that Lighter did 50 laps on softs. I sent you a screenshot on Discord. What is this?
Still some bugs in the game.
Yeah. But yeah, here is...
Couple of bugs.
Wow, Ladamala did not get a penalty. Did he even get a warning? Yeah, he was on the edge of a penalty. He had 2 warnings. He was on the edge. Wow.
Yeah.
But what a race.
What
a race.
Wouldn't have mattered. He could have get several penalties.
Yeah.
No, it was a great race. You got to say that I feel bad for Trubisky. I think he deserved more this race.
Yeah, that is a fact. Trubisky deserves to finish at least in the points with the race he was having here today. But the cars did not play out into his favor. Unfortunately, things happened and he did not find himself finishing the race at all. But yeah, that was the Austrian Grand Prix. That was Mr. Stim96 and Chow in the commentary box for you today.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure, and thanks so much, Stim, for having me.
It's okay, and until next week, we are saying goodbye, and I will be here back next week, and until next time, it's a goodbye from myself, and ciao. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.